Probably this is the first time many of you are attending. Just check whether your internet is an active connection. Don't worry, nothing will happen. I'm recording this webinar so that if you just miss any part of this webinar, always the recorded version is available for all of you. So I think we have waited extra 5 minutes. I think it's time for us to start the webinar. Are you guys ready? Okay, since all our participants are ready for the evening, warm welcome to each and one of you who have joined me today for this amazing webinar on goal setting is a waste of time. Thank you very much all of our participants for the evening, and this webinar may run for approximately 30 to 45 minutes maximum, and at the end of it I will ensure that all of us get some value out of this time invested along with me. For many of you who know me, my name is Murali. Who do not know me, I'm popularly known as the Happiness Coach, and thank you very much first of all to all of our participants who have joined us today this evening, and also a special thanks to this amazing technology presented by Get Response. Thank you very much for this technology. And today what we are going to learn in this webinar is whether really goal setting is a waste of our time. And also we may learn why 95% of them fail in goal setting, top 5 reasons, and also why you should set goals rightly, and how can you set goals very efficiently so that it's possible for you to achieve all your dreams and desires. I'm also going to share with you what are the 3 essential qualities of goal seekers, and also you will learn 7 areas of life for the goal achievement program. At the end, I'm also going to share with you how I can help you further in ensuring that you achieve all your goals and objectives for the year 2016. So I hope it will be of good use of your time. So let me quickly go through the first. I have an important question to each and one of you attending here. How was this year so far for you really? How was this really so far? Okay. Now, how will you answer? I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, and ask yourself internally. You don't have to answer me on the chat box. You can just ask yourself internally, how was this year so far for you? Really, asking you, did you spend more or less time with the people you love, your family or friends? Did you spend more time? Or did your financial situations improve? Did you do that? Did you have more time for yourself in 2015? Did you reduce or eliminate debt you may have? Or did your lifestyle expand or shrink? Did your self-awareness expand if you are a spiritual person? Did you work towards enhancing your self-awareness? And did you learn any of the new skills, some new skills in this year 2015? And did you do anything to take care of your health and wellness? And did you donate or give your time, money or resources for the needy? I'm sure that many of our Chennaites will say with a loud yes to the last point, but ask yourself, how was this year for all of us so far? The reason why I'm asking you this is, at this point in time, you may be wondering, okay, you would have probably forgotten what are your New Year resolutions were. Remember January 1st, 2015, we made a lot of New Year resolution. And what are your goals that you set for this year? Do you still remember them? Generally many of them forget. Many would have lost the motivation and the momentum for achieving that New Year resolution or the goals you set in the beginning of the year. So you may be wondering, many of you, okay, or some of you may be wondering, what did I do so far in the year 2015? It's almost coming to an end. What have I done to achieve that? And what's the point in achieving the goal? Or it's not even a point. I think I have not achieved any of the goals. So do you think is there a point? Or probably goal setting is a waste of time. Many people end up in setting goals like this. I call this as the cigarette smoke goals. The smoke in front of the cigarette. When you push the smoke out, the smoke stays in front of you for 5 seconds maximum and just vanishes away. So many people set goals in their life like a cigarette smoke. So they are not actually goals. They are more like a wish. So that's the reason many people think, is it really a waste of time? If you ask me honestly, yes, it is really a waste of time when you have chosen the wrong ones. But very, very useful when you do it rightly. So the most important point here is how to set goals rightly. But very interestingly, at the start of the new year, many people take their time to set their goals for the new year resolution. I think some of you may be watching this webinar. There'll be also some like them. You would have set some lot of goals in your life. But did you know that 95% of the new year goals are not achieved according to the new year resolution statistics in 2014? So if you have not achieved, don't worry. All of you are among the majority, and if you have achieved some of your goals, pat yourself that yes, you have achieved some goals in 2015. Why 95% fail in goal setting is because most people start out with good intention. Many of you would have started out the year with good intention to achieve the goals for the year, but they are worthwhile, and you really wanted to achieve that particular goal. But after some time, what happens is, I call this as the gradual decline, where slowly the motivation starts to drift and you slowly start to procrastinate. That's a very good quality many of us possess, and lack of motivation sets in, and we do not follow through everything that we have set in the first place. Now, these are some of the reasons why people fail in goal setting. But let me share with you the top 5 reasons of failure. Okay? The number one reason for people not achieving their goals is your goal is only in the head, not in the paper and the heart. Now, it's very, very important that we set goals not in our mind, but in paper. My teacher, Dr. Brian Tracy, always says, always think on paper, because there was once a Harvard University study which studied people who were able to set goals. In that, 15% of them had only set proper goals in paper, and there were many of them had set goals only in their mind, and more than 95% of them were not even set any goals. I think I'm not so sure of the study, the authenticity of the study, but the result of the study shows that people who have set goals in paper, they were able to achieve 10 times more than what others had set, and their whole life evolved from what they had set. So it's very important that we set goals in paper. So it's very important. After this webinar, at the end of the webinar, I would recommend each and one of you to set your goals for 2016 in your diary. Hold your pen and write. You have to write, because there is a strong motor connection between what you are writing and how you feel when you're writing. Thereby that particular feeling gets translated into ideas and actionable things that will help you to achieve your goals. The second reason why people fail is your goal is not really compelling. You need to know the why you want to achieve this. There has to be a compelling reason for that particular goal in life. Then only it's possible for you to achieve it. If there is no corresponding feeling and a compelling reason, you will not attract the goal in your life. Maybe that's the reason Jack Canfield always says, when the why is clear, the how shows up. So many people do not prepare their why very strongly. Why do they need this particular amount? What is the corresponding reason or a compelling reason? And the third reason is there is a clear lack of strategy. There's a lack of strategy, because ultimately it's all about what are the small actions and milestones that you're going to take to achieve that particular goal. There are many people who just set a goal, predominantly they're just a wish, and there is no corresponding strategy or an action or a tactics of how you can go in step-by-step fashion in achieving that particular goal. And the fourth reason is many of them who fail or do not take consistent action. My teacher, Dr. Brian Tracy, always said that the difference between a successful person and an unsuccessful person is the successful person takes action in life. He doesn't think much. He gets an idea, he goes and puts an action and implements it. So it's very, very important that you have to take consistent action. And the last reason why is this is the most important reason for failure. You have lots of limiting or disempowering beliefs which hampers the whole growth achieving process. Many people, when they think of their goal in their mind, they ask themselves, there is a villain between your both the ears, the loud inner voice. It asks you, is it possible? Do you think we are worthy enough to achieve this goal? Even if some people start writing the goal, there is an inner voice within them. Hey, do you think it's worth to write this and achieve? So the inner voice, or the limiting beliefs that we have gathered throughout our life from the societal rules, the parental rules, or the rules we have created, is causing the reason is also one of the reasons for failure. So technically there are 5 reasons for a goal's failure. That's the reason many people think that goal setting is a waste of time. Now, why should you get it right? It's very, very important right now as you listen to this webinar, because many of my students who come to me for personal coaching ask me, is there a reason why we have to set goals? Let me tell you, the most important factor influencing your life and everyone's life today is a constant change. The information that is around us is doubling every 2 to 3 years, and there is a research shows that by the year 2020, the whole information that's available on the planet will double every 72 hours. There is one more reason, is there is a technology accelerating with every new breakthrough. So it's very, very important. Technology is accelerating the whole the world right now. We are right now within, and the competition is becoming more and more creative and competent and determined than ever before. So it's very, very important to understand why we need to apply goal setting right now, because in the year 1952, Harvard University made 3 great predictions, and I believe personally this prediction holds true today. What they said? They always said there will be more change than ever before, and there will be more opportunities than ever before, and there will be more competition than ever before. I think this holds true even today, this particular research study. Am I right in saying? So, change is always inevitable, unavoidable, and it's continuous process. So, your choice, it's up to you. The choice is within us, that you can either be a victim of the change or a victor of the change. It's within us. So, the best way to predict your future, Brian Tracy says this, is to plan it. And those who do not plan for the future cannot have one. So, it's always better to create our own future. So you have, if you ask me, you have 100% potential than you could use in 100 lifetimes. You have huge amount of potential that you can use in even 100 lifetimes. But, an average person uses only 10% of their potential right now. And your job right now in this year, as you step onto the new year, is to unlock the hidden potential of your mind and enable the goals within you. Because the minute the goals enable you to help you to achieve your inner potential, you can awaken the giant within you, and you can achieve anything and everything possible that you set in the year 2016. So, but unfortunately, only 3% of adults, only 3% of the adults have clear written goals and with clear plans to achieve them. And you are one among them today. You guys are attending this webinar or watching this recorded version, and at the end of it, you're also going to take action by writing your goal. So be happy that you're also part of this 3% today. The reason why, because people don't realize. Why only 3%? Because people don't realize the importance of goals. People don't know how to set goals, and people think that they don't need goals, that they already have some goals also, they think. But it's, remember the cigarette smoke goals, which I just spoke to you some time back. So, and people have very less importance about setting goals also. Some people do not like setting goals, and people are held back by the fear of failure. And the major obstacle to goal achievement is, one of the studies says it's fear of rejection. What will happen if I don't achieve this? People will reject me or not? So these are some of the reasons why people don't set the goals, and it's time for us to set it right so that we can have an awesome life in the year 2016. So let me share with you how to set and achieve goals in life. Now, I have learned this from my teacher, Dr. Brian Tracy, in the year 2005, and I met him. And the minute I met him, my whole life took a complete change. And today, whomever I am today is because of that particular teacher who helped me to become more successful in life. Very simple is He always said that each and every human being are extraordinary human being because the ability to set goals and make plans for their accomplishment is one of the master skill of success. That's what Brian always talks about. And setting goals, there is a very simple 7-step formula that you can use to increase your ability and success and achieve more in life. So let me share with you the 7-step formula. If you're holding a pen and paper, you can note down the 7-step formula so that it can help you to achieve more goals in 2016. The number 1 step is very simple. Decide exactly what you want. This is the most important thing that many people miss out. Many people keep on thinking what they don't want in life instead of what they want in life. So decide exactly what you want. That's the first step for goal setting. And second one, write it down clearly. Write it down clearly and make it measurable. It's very, very important that you have to make it measurable. The goal has to be measurable. You know what Peter Drucker, the management guru, said that what gets measured gets done. And the third important step is set a deadline and sub-deadline if it's going to be a big enough goal. And always remember, it's very important that once you do that, you have to make a list of everything that you can think of to achieve that particular goal. So it's for the first step, just to recap, you should know exactly what you want. And once you know what you want, write it down clearly in a piece of paper. Remember, you have to take a pen and write. Do not type on a computer. There is a huge neuroscience between holding the pen in the hand and writing it, because there is a neuromuscular connection to the sensorial motor cortex, which ensures law of attraction also happens in life. So it's very important that you set the goals. There is specific deadline and sub-deadline if it's a larger goal. And once that is done, create a list. Make a list of everything that you could think of that you want to achieve this particular goal. Now, once you create the list, then you should know how to organize your list. Now, there are 2 ways of organizing the list. One, you should know how to sequence the list, because you should know what you need to do first. And second thing is, you should know how to prioritize. Prioritize means what is important and what is less important. Many a times we end up in doing a lot of activities which are not important. In my coaching, I always talk about IPA and IRA. IPA means income producing activity and IRA means income reducing activity. So you should know what are the activities that you are doing on a daily basis is taking you towards the goal, which will produce more income, and you should also know which are the activities that will reduce your income. So the sequencing and prioritizing will help you whether an action that you're going to take is going to be an IPA or an IRA. So once you decide on your list, sequence and priority is ready, it's very, very important that you take action immediately on your goal, whatever it is. That this is the most important part of the whole soul-setting formula. Once you are clear, once the sequence is ready, once the priority is done, you should take action immediately. And you should do something immediately. That's the most important. You should do something immediately to achieve your most important goal. So at the end of this webinar, I'm going to ask you to set a goal for your life, and I'm going to ask you to take some action immediately also. So take that action immediately. It's very, very important. The minute you take an action on the goal that you want, immediately a lot of pleasure hormones, in our brain, happy hormones are created, which will motivate you and appreciate you, telling that very good, you have done a very good job. So that one pleasure hormone which is produced in your brain will give you the kick to do the action continuously. And this is the 7-step formula for achieving the goals. And let me quickly share with you the 3 essential qualities of goal achievers. Every goal achiever, they're always goal oriented. They have very clearly what they want. They have goals and they have complete information about them, and they are always action oriented. They continuously act on the most valuable use of their time in achieving their most important goal, and also they are result oriented people. They take continuous action every day towards the results of their goal. It's very important. You have to be goal oriented, you have to be action oriented, and also you need to be result oriented. If just ask yourself, do you possess all the 3 qualities? If anyone is missing, and that's where the focus should be in your life. Now let's take a quick action in your life. So are you ready to take a quick action? I would request each one of you to pick up a pen and paper. I will wait for 30 seconds for you to pick up a pen and paper. If you have a pen and paper in hand, just type on the chat box, say yes you have. Just type it on the chat box and say yes you have a pen and paper, because I'm going to ask you to write the answer. Can you say yes if you have a pen and paper? Do you have a pen and paper? Yeah, you can say yes if you have a pen and paper. Very nice. Thank you. Okay, so if you have a pen and paper, this particular technique is called a quick list method. And all I'm going to give you is only 30 seconds time. And in 30 seconds time, without lifting your pen from the paper, list 3 immediate goals that you want to achieve in the next 30 days. Can you write it right now? Your time starts now. Go. "15 seconds more. "5 more seconds. And stop. Thank you very much. Thank you. How many of you are able to write 3 goals? Say yes. Okay, how many of you wrote those 3 goals? You are 100% serious in achieving that particular goal. How many of you are really interested to achieve that particular goal? Say yes. That's nice. Thank you very much for responding so quickly. Thank you. You know, it's very, very important to think only for 30 seconds. You know, it's very important. Let me share with you 7 areas of life. I know that many of you would have written a lot of financial goals or something which you want to buy. But you know, very important that we need to set goals in 7 areas of life. So what we will do now is I'm going to give you share with you 7 areas of your life, and I'm going to give you 30 seconds per area, and we will go one by one, and we will create our 21 goals for next 1 year. Are you ready for me? Are you ready with me? Can you do that? Can we set 21 goals now along with me in this webinar? Okay, that's nice. Thank you. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you the 7 areas in which you can list your goals for 2016. So open a fresh page of paper and write the first area as your financial goals. And I'm going to give you 30 seconds time. In 30 seconds time, can you write your top 3 financial goals for the year 2016? How much money you want to make, what should be a bank balance. It's all related to money. Okay, just write 3 goals, up to 3 goals. It's not mandatory, you should write 3, up to 3 goals in the next 1 year. Your time starts now. Go. "15 more seconds for your financial goals. 10, 5, and thank you. Thank you. Let's move on to the next part of your goals, that is your career goals. And you can see it on the screen, the top 7 areas of your life. The number 1 we just finished. And let's look at our career. That is, if you're a businessman, your business, if you're working in a company, your career goals. What is that you want to achieve in the next 1 year? What are your career or business goals? Do you want to start a new business? Do you want to get a promotion in life in the next 1 year? Please write. Your time starts now. "15 seconds more. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Let's move on to your third part of your life, which is recreation and free time goal. In this next 1 year, you're going to have lots of free time. What's that goal for your free time? What will you do in your free time? What's your recreation goal? What's the hobby that you want to achieve? You want to go for a movie? You want to go for an outing, a holiday? What is the goal for the next 1 year? Okay, now whatever we are writing here is only for yourself, not for someone else, okay? Not for your family, your spouse, your kids. No, everything is for you. Okay, so 30 seconds time starts now. Free time goals. Just go ahead and write. You can write one more. I will wait for you. Fifteen seconds more. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Let's move on to our most important goals for next year, which is nothing but your physical fitness and health goal. For the year 2016, what do you think is your health goal? What do you think should be your ideal size, your waist, your weight, blood pressure, cholesterol, sugar, whatever it is? If you want to go for a walking, gymming, skipping, whatever it is, just write. The 30-second time starts now. Top 3 goals of health and fitness. Fifteen seconds more. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Thank you. Let's move on to your fifth quadrant of your life, which is nothing but your relationship goals. Relationship with your partner, your spouse, your co-worker, your family members, your friends. You want to patch up some bad relationship. You want to build a new relationship. You want to network and connect more people in your life. So all are relationship goals. So your top 3 goals, please write right now. What are your top 3 relationship goals for the year 2016? Fifteen more seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Let's move on to our sixth quadrant, which is our personal goals. Personal goal means your personal learning. Would you like to learn something new? Any kind of a spiritual course you want to attend, any religious course you want to attend, any particular skill you want to possess, or your personal achievement. It can be anything with respect to your personal capabilities and achievements. Please write your top 3 goals for 2016. Fifteen seconds more. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Thank you. Let's move on to the last part. It's very, very important. We live in a giver's gain universe, and what you give is what you will receive. So what is your service back to the society? What is the community or the community service or a contribution back to the world? What is it that you want to give back to the world? Your time, energy, money, resources, something to the orphanage, setting up something for some other welfare of other human being. let your community goals be written now. So 30 seconds time for your community goal starts now. Please write up to 3 goals. Okay, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you very much. Give a round of applause. Give yourself, give back. Just raise your hand and just pat yourself for setting up to 21 goals for 2016. I would request you to type this 21 goals in a piece of paper and paste it in your bedroom or a wall where you can see it, because when you open the same page next year, same time, you'll be surprised to see that you would have achieved many of the goals written over there. So it's okay, Matthew, that you have mentioned that you couldn't make 3 goals each in 7 areas. For some of you, you would have made 3 into 7, 21 goals, or you would have done 2 into 7 into 14 goals, or at least 1 goal per quadrant. That's okay. So some of you would have set at least 7 goals minimum, up to 21 goals. There are no hard and fast rules that you have to set that many number of goals. It's up to you. If you're clear that this quadrant of my life I'm completely complacent, I'm not looking anything more than that, absolutely fine. You know that you have already achieved in that particular area. So anywhere between 7 to 21 you would have set over there. My request to you right now is select among these 7 to 21 goals, select the top 3 goals in this list which can have a maximum impact in your life in next 1 year. Just select it and write these top 3 goals and keep it in front of you as a screensaver or as a mobile screensaver, or just take a printout and paste it on your bedroom or in your workspace. I can promise you that you will achieve these 3 goals for sure in the year 2015. Someone asked me, you're a happiness coach. During my coaching session, many people keep on asking me, and I continuously help people of how to achieve their goals in their life. Some people ask me, define happiness. There are various definitions for happiness, but I always say happiness means if you know that your each and every day action and behavior is taking you towards the goal, you will feel happy. If you know that your each and every day behavior and action is taking you away from the goal, you feel unhappy. So Earl Nightingale beautifully put it in a simple words that happiness is a progressive realization when you know that you're moving towards the goal. So according to me, if you ask me what is happiness, happiness is purely a choice, and the choice starts with the word C, which means clarity of your goals, the direction and life purpose. H stands for healthy living, and you need to be optimistic and positive living, and you need to involve yourself with your family and society. There has to be a continuous learning for the brain to be always plastic and keeps you happy. And finally, happiness is in the now, not in the past or in the future. As I continuously help many entrepreneurs, I help many students who come to me because they keep reading a lot of books and still they are able to achieve the goals in their life. Because goal setting should not be like an over-the-counter medication. When you have a headache, you just go to have a fever, you go to the nearby pharmacy, they just prescribe you some medicine. Sometimes it works, sometimes it may not work. It's like, it shouldn't be like that. Or it's like watching TV for a yoga program and learning everything through a book or a TV. Goal setting is not the right word. If you ask me, it should be goal achievement program. It should not be goal setting, because the word goal setting itself is wrong. Because if you set, who will take action? So it should be a goal achievement program. So many a times I end up in coaching many of my students on something called clarity coaching. So what I do in clarity coaching is I help them in doing a 11-step process to find clarity in direction of life. Because as I continuously talk to many people, what I understood that many of them love to achieve lots of goals in life, but they completely lack the clarity and the direction in life. So just taking a quick moment of what I do personally with many students of mine is I take them through a particular coaching process where I help them to identify where they are currently in their life, because you should know where you are, then only you will know where to go. And I also help them identify what gives true happiness and direction in life. And this is the most important thing many people do not know how to do, of identifying that limiting beliefs and disempowering beliefs which is stopping you to achieve goals in life. So I help them to identify and burst the inner demons, and once they are bursted, then little go deeper to find out the key areas of attention that they have to put in, because wherever your attention is, there only the energy flows. So we set 8 areas of attention in life and create goals for each attention area in depth. We go a little deeper. I help them and come up with very clear habits and resolution plan. It's very important not setting goals and wishing for it to happen. All you need to do is set small habits which can help you to achieve the goal. So we set up the goals, and also we create a compelling reason for each and every goal of why you want to achieve this particular goal. So I generally help them to create a monthly plan. I set up the whole stuff in my clarity coaching session. Generally, these coaching session happens either on a Skype or through personally. It takes minimum 1 to 2 sessions depending upon the type of a person. I help them with a worksheet, and they fill this worksheet. Everything we do only in writing, as I mentioned. So it's either done through in person or through Skype. So if any one of you interested to be part of this coaching, I generally take 2 to 3 students per month and I work with them. Generally, for this coaching, it generally takes 1 to 2 sessions per person. And once the clarity is set and they have the complete roadmap and blueprint for success for the next 1 year, generally it takes 2 sessions. If required, an additional session is provided. Generally, I charge 25,000 rupees for this particular coaching. Either they come to my venue or we do it through Skype. And for all of you attending this, I give a 5,000 rupees off. Thereby, only for all of you who are attending this webinar, it's only 20,000 rupees. So, if anyone is interested in becoming more clear on what they want to achieve and help you to become more successful, please feel free in contacting me. My mail ID is Murali at happynesscoach.co.in, and I will be very happy to help you to achieve your goals in 2016. Now, you can visit my website, happynesscoach.co.in, and if you are in Facebook, I'm sure that many of you are already there. You can go and press my fan page, facebook.com/happinesscoachmurali, and press like over there, because every day I update something new which can help you to bring more happiness in your life. And recently I've started something called Happiness Course, a free happiness email course where you will get 1 happiness lesson every single day in your mailbox with clear action steps which can help you to become more happier. So if you have not signed up for this course, I would request you to go to happinesscourse.gr8.com and sign up for this particular happiness course. So I hope that so far this webinar was very useful. If it's useful, please say yes, so that I will know the feedback from you. And I will also upload the recorded version of this video shortly in YouTube and Facebook. If you have missed out to a couple of points, you can always go back and revisit it. And let me just type my mail ID, and so that it's easy for you to copy my mail ID. If you are interested to be part of my personal private coaching, you can always be in touch with me. Okay, so that's my mail ID, and my mobile number is, if anyone has any doubts, you can always reach me out in my mobile number, and I'll be of great help to you in achieving this goal. So a warm and sincere thanks to each one of you for patiently listening for the last 51 minutes, and that's gone just like that. And thank you very much for joining this webinar, and wishing each one of you for a successful, happy, prosperous and healthy 2016. Thank you very much for joining me. This is Murali Sundaram, your happiness coach, and we complete the session now. Thank you. Hey, did you like my video? Share this video with your friends. It means spreading more happiness in the world. Thank you.
But whenever someone asks you how are you, you know what's the best way to answer them? Tell them you are